All right, now for my next talent portion.
I would not let him be behind me without my back.
All right, would you like to see me juggle?
Have you lost your mind? There are no weapons allowed in this building. Give me those.
No weapons?
No, you cannot. No.
No juggling?
No, you will
Well-
kill yourself. Or you will kill something. Look at Brenda, she is innocent. Gee.
No, but she's retired. Well, it's probably just as well, because I've never juggled before in my life, so I think we all dodged the bullet there. Okay, I'm going to tell a few stories about my life. My name's Ole Johnson. I like to do a lot of fishing. My brother Lars and I went out fishing one day, and we rented a boat, paddled out into the lake, and we had really, really good luck. We were pulling in fish after fish after fish. We thought, you know what? We got to remember where this spot is so we can come back here every time. And so my brother Lars, he took some chalk out of his tackle box, and he made a big X on the floor of the boat. He said, there, I've got the spot marked. And I said, that's ridiculous. We don't know if we're going to rent the same boat next time. Well, then he bought a mule for his barn. And it was a pretty good sized mule, and with the big ears and everything, it wouldn't fit into the doorway. So we thought about how we're going to get this mule in the barn. And I thought, you know what? I think I got it. Let's raise the barn up off the foundation, and then the ears will clear the doorway. We'll be able to get in. And Lars said, well, I think a better idea would to dig a trench through the barn, and it can get in that way. I said, no. I said, the ears are too long, not the legs. You know, if I got to explain it, it really loses its punch. Okay.
Oh, that way is just That was good.
Okay, if you stick around later on, I'll explain the jokes to you. Okay. And then I went, I used to golf a lot, and then, but I was talking to my wife, Lee, and I said, you know, my eyes are getting so bad, I can hit the ball real far, but I just can't see where it goes anymore, so I think I'm just going to have to give up golfing. And she said, well, why don't you take my older brother Sven along with you? He's got perfect eyesight. And I said, well, Sven's 103 years old, though. I said, well, but he's got perfect eyesight. I said, oh, well, okay, I'll give that a try. So Sven and I went out golfing, and I got up there, and I teed up the ball, and I smacked it. And it went a long, long ways. But after it got out a little ways, with my eyes, I couldn't see where it went. And so I waited a few moments, waited for it to land, and then I turned to Sven and said, okay, did you see where that went? He goes, yeah, I've got perfect eyesight. Okay, where is it? I don't remember. And Lars and I went, we like to do hunting, and we went up to this farmer's place to ask if we could hunt on his land. He said, well, yeah, you can, but it's a big spread. There's a lot of trees, a lot of hills and valleys, and people get lost pretty easily here. So what I want you to do is if you get lost, fire 3 shots into the air, and then I'll come and find you. And I said, well, that sounds like a pretty good idea. So Lars and I went out hunting, and as luck would have it, after a couple of hours, we got lost. We had no idea where we were. So Lars said, well, why don't you fire some shots into the air? So I fired 3 shots in the air, and we waited 30 minutes and never saw the farmer. So I said, well, fire 3 more. So I shot 3 more shots into the air. Waited another 30 minutes and still no farmer. So he said, well, why don't you do it one more time? Fire 3 more shots. I said, I can't. I'm out of arrows. I've had several different jobs over the years. One of my first ones was painting the center line down the roads. And the foreman got me all set up, my paint, my brush, and all that. And the first day he asked how I did. I said, I got about 4 miles. He said, wow, that's really good. Usually about 2 miles is all we expect. And the next day I showed up and the foreman asked me how I did. I said, well, I got 2 miles today. So, well, you know, that's still average. It's not like yesterday, but yeah, that's okay. You were probably tired from yesterday. And the third day, he approached me after the work day and asked how far I'd gotten. I said, well, I got about 1 mile today. And so that's really odd. I don't really like the way this progression is going. It was 4 miles one day, the next day 2, and then 1. What seems to be the problem? So I thought you would know. I'm getting farther and farther away from the paint can. And then Lars and I had a job working for the telephone company, digging holes for the telephone poles. And we worked real hard all day, and at the end of the day, the foreman came up to us and asked how many we'd gotten in. I said, well, we got 2 of them in. And he said, well, that's really not very many. The other crews are getting between 15 and 20 in a day. I said, well, give us another chance and we'll see how that goes. And the next day we showed up and we worked really hard, and the foreman came up and asked us how many we'd gotten in. I said, well, it was better. We got 3 in today. I said, well, that's still way below average. You know, the other crews are getting 15 to 20 per day in. I said, yeah, but you should see how much of the pole they live sticking out of the ground. And then my brother Lars and I went bungee jumping once, and that was really a lot of fun. It cost $50 each, and we thought, you know what? We could probably make some good money if we set up something like this. So we asked the operators, you know, what you needed for it. He says, well, you need a good bungee cord, you need a tower, but he said really the biggest problem is liability insurance. Insurance is very, very expensive for something like this. And so Lars and I talked it over, and I thought, you know, I'll bet if we did this in Mexico, we wouldn't need to have insurance. So we bought all the equipment, drove to a little town in Mexico, went to the town square, and we started building our tower. And people started gathering around, and the taller the tower got, the more people gathered around, and finally we got a 60-foot tower built, and there was quite a crowd around there. That's not the punchline. It gets better, really. So anyway, we get the tower built, and Lars and I are saying, I said to Lars, you know what, let's give them a demonstration so they see what's going on, then everybody will want to do it. He says, okay, so we attached the cords to his feet, and I said, okay, when you jump off and you come back up, I'll grab you. So he jumped off, and he came back up, and I missed him. I couldn't grab him, but I noticed he had a black eye when he came back up. He went back down, came back up, and he was bleeding. And I was so shocked I forgot to grab him. Went down a 3rd time, came back up, and I grabbed him, but he was barely conscious. And he was all beat up. And I said, well, what was the problem? Did we make the cord too long? He said, no, the cord was fine. It was the crowd. What the heck is a piñata? Do we have time for the envelope one? Yeah. Okay. This is the psycho. I guess what's in the envelope thing. Okay, Angela, if you'd come up here, and this is a thing like you've seen on Johnny Carson, where he gives the answer, and then you open up the envelope and you read the question without knowing what is in the envelope, by the way. Okay, first one. Let's see. Okay, a slinky and a politician. Here, I'll let you open it.
Question is,
Name 2 things that are not really good for anything, but you can't help but smile when you push them down the stairs.
Shin bone.
Name a device for finding furniture in the dark.
Apparently we don't do IQ testing. Okay, all right. Let's see. Diamond Brand, the Titanic, and Jan Young.
This is good. It's gonna be good. How'd you read this? Name a card deck, a shipwreck, and a redneck.
She's at it, not me. This next one's kind of an inside one. For those that work in Italian, you probably have an idea. But the answer to this one is friends. No, that's not the punchline.
It was really good. Ooh, what can chocolate buy that money can't?
I keep a chocolate jar in my desk.
Chocolate and Diet Pepsi.
The answer to this one is bingo.
It's not an old lady joke or anything.
I don't know what's in there.
What word, when yelled, makes old women cuss?
That wasn't you. She got that one.
This is an IT question. The answer is kickboxing.
If a computer beats you at chess, what should you challenge it to next?
Married men out there, pay close attention to this one. A bathroom scale.
What should you not buy your wife for her birthday when she wants something shiny that goes from 0 to 180 in 3 seconds?
Okay, the last one here. Good girls. Good girls.
Not that table.
Outside.
What do you call bad girls who never get caught?
Okay. Now we've got a few gifts that we thought would be appropriate for some of the staff, and oh, you got the list there. Okay. How do you want? Oh, okay. Why don't you go ahead?
You know, where is Tabitha? Is she here?
Yep.
Tabitha and Barbara and Brandy. Do you want to come on up?
No, it doesn't matter if you want to come on up. You have to come on up.
You know, in dealing with people, it's really, really tough sometimes to stay sweet and keep your composure. And we thought we'd like to get you just a little something to help you on those days that, you know. No, this is actually probably the sweetest one. That'll help you when you need a little extra push to get through that day.
Bag of chocolate. By the way.
LOL and WT. Oh. OMG. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it was going to be Jack Daniels. You wanted something to help him.
Not everybody needs substance abuse treatment like you.
Okay. Karen Lett, we have something for you if you would come up here, please.
You know, for those of you that might not know, Karen got married this year. We thought this might be good for you to have for Christmas morning.
It's leopard skin.
Yeah, we didn't get you anything else to go with it. Yeah, don't wear that to North Alabama
Linda.
Oh my God.
Hanser, Linda Hanser.
No way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She thinks she can hide. Oh, I'll be way in the back. They won't see me here.
Put the sunglasses.
Linda does a good job, and she kind of stays in the background. So we wanted to bring her up here and try to embarrass her like everybody else.
Get in that stocking, Linda.
This is a very useful gift. And it also shows her allegiance to her favorite school.
And it was handcrafted by Santa himself.
Oh no.
A purse made out of Auburn duct tape. No, there's no money in it.
Linda, stand right there.
Mary Clark, would you come up here, please?
Dirty Santa.
Now, we all know who Mary's favorite football team is. The ones that know how to really play. So we thought we'd get you a little something for Christmas. Roll Tide! Now, we do occasionally get new staff around here, and this year is no exception. We do have some new staff. Well, you know, this building is a little old, and if you don't notice that occasionally we get a little funky smells around here, but no plug-ins are allowed, and we all know that. So, Tammy, come on up.
Come on, Tammy.
No hiding, honey. We have to occasionally pick on our new staff members, too. We just want everybody to feel welcome and appreciated.
And a little embarrassed.
This is CED approved.
Hi, Tammy. What is it, Tammy? How precious.
Brian Beeman. Ha, that back table we're picking on a little bit. Come on up here, would you please? Brian's a supervisor, and he has to act and dress the part, but there's one part of his wardrobe I realized that he didn't have that ought to really help him out and make him look professional. And it's waterproof. It's a duct tape tie.
Good on, Brian.
It looks like you're trying to hang yourself.
Wait, no, Brian, it's the
I should have got a clip on, obviously. I'll know for next time. Nancy Clifton, come up to the front, please. Now,
Yeah, we all know how Nancy feels about Christmas.
Yes.
She loves it, and I say that.
She has
with
a
little
tree in every
sarcasm.
room.
Oh yeah. So we wanted to do something for Nancy to help her get in the spirit, but I couldn't only go but so far. So this is to help her, and it's about as close as she ever is gonna get. So remember, this was set during Christmas time. Die hard. Have a little ho-ho with your guns and explosions.
Megan. Just because you never bother anybody doesn't mean you're off the hook. That's what makes it fun to pick on you.
Now, Megan, we all know Megan went to Fine this year, which is great because she is working with children in the Fine program. So we wanted to help her be able to find everybody she needs to. So here's your magnifying glass and your big old glasses.
Catherine Hood. Oh, yeah.
Did y'all call my name?
We sure did. This is one talented lady.
Here I am.
And for those of you who were here last year, you got a sampling of the quality of this woman's voice, and it is phenomenal. And we thought we'd give her something that would aid her and help her in this endeavor with her singing.
Thank you very much. This will help.
If she needs any help being loud. Okay, now, I bet y'all didn't know we really do have a real redneck in the house, and it ain't just Jan. Come on up, Beth.
She thinks we don't know.
Oh, yeah, we know. How many of you know that Beth likes to deer hunt? And I'm talking about the four-legged kind. So we thought we'd get you a little something to help you out during hunting season. Hand warmers. Okay, Jan, come on up. You might as well be next. Well, Jan works in accounts receivable, and y'all don't know this, but she talks about y'all a lot. And she is getting a new house. She's moving at the end of the month, or well, before the end of the month. So we thought we'd get her a little something to help in her new house, but you have to take it home immediately, because if you left this around here, somebody would be dead. Have a hand hammer.
And a new one.
No weapons at work.
Y'all just be careful. You don't know when I took it home.
Did you hear about Jan? She got hammered the other day. This next one, we'd like to have Melanie come on. Melanie.
I'm sorry. Did I do that? All right, now we all know Miss Melanie. She just doesn't like to mess anything up. And if she does, she's just so sorry. It's my bad.
I can use this. It tastes so